welcome. You've tuned into the Property Show with me, Vasudha Sharma. Over the next 1 hour, we are going to take your calls and emails on your property-related queries and give you credible data-backed advice on your investments. And to help us do that, we are joined by Sameer Jasuja, founder and MD of Prop Equity. First, let's take a glance on what's coming up on the show. A look at North Bangalore for our top location picks and project recommendations in 1 crore. Hyderabad affordable property bets in emerging locations in 35 to 40 lakhs. Kolkata's Rajarhat area, how promising is this market, and our top recommendations in 45 lakhs. Lucknow's growing real estate corridors and entry-level investment bets in 30 lakhs. Mumbai's best suburbs for properties under 1 crore rupees. Just how promising is Thane's Kalyan as a real estate investment bet and as a residential destination. And a ground review of Gujarat's ambitious Gift City project. Can Gift City become India's next financial hub? And just how big is the real estate potential of Gift City? All right, first up, a quick roundup of real estate and infrastructure news stories doing the rounds in the markets today.
The Maharashtra government has submitted its proposal to the centre to construct a 35-kilometre coastal road between Narban Point and Kandivali in the western suburbs. The project, with about 18 access points along the entire road, entails an investment of 8,000 crore rupees. The government will soon appoint the state-run Maharashtra State Road Development Corporation, or the BMC, as the nodal agency for the project, which will be implemented through a joint venture route. Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan admitted that the Sea Link project was not financially viable, and therefore the 6-lane coastal road has been proposed. The Malabar Hill bungalow of Homi J. Baba has been sold in an auction for 372 crore rupees despite many appeals and petitions. The buyer's identity, though, has been kept under wraps until now. The sprawling South Mumbai situated bungalow, Mehrangir, belonging to the father of India's atomic energy program, has a built-up area of 13,953 square feet and lies on a plot measuring 17,150 square feet. Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan too had pitched in on behalf of the scientists and supported the demand to convert it into a memorial. According to the CIDCO Vice Chairman and Managing Director, the first phase of the proposed 14,500 crore global airport at Navi Mumbai would be ready by December 2018. The nodal agency for the project, CIDCO, also known as the City and Industrial Development Corporation, is also developing a 600 square meter township for the airport. CIDCO has also started infrastructure development of 20,000 crore rupees for the nodes managed by it in Navi Mumbai. DLF is set to become the first real estate developer in the country to generate power by installing solar panels on top of its office buildings. The move is similar to the experiment in Gujarat, where the state government has installed panels on top of government buildings in the capital city, Gandhinagar. The solar power generated will be routed to the buildings and combined with the main power source of DLF's office space, spanning over 26 million square feet across India. Bangalore-based Puravankara Projects has announced the launch of its 20-acre villa project, The Sound of Water. The project, located at Banirghata in Bangalore, is priced between 1.92 crore rupees and 4.15 crore rupees. The project, with 209 villas ranging between 3,000 square feet and 4,700 square feet, is situated close to the Bangalore-Mysore infrastructure corridor. The Kerala government has cancelled all clearances given for a DLF project in Kochi following the opposition's allegations in the Kerala Assembly. The opposition alleged that the government showed undue favour in regularization of a flat complex in violation of CRZ norms and showed political favouritism in giving hasty clearances to the project.
All right, we'll begin talking about Bangalore and Hyderabad, and our first caller is with us on the show. Hi, Dheeraj, what's your question for us?
Hi, Vasudha. Thanks for taking my call, and this is Dheeraj here. I'm looking for a property of 1 crore, which is in 2.5 BHK or 3 BHK in North Bangalore. So it can be in a pre-launch or a launch phase, which is early in the state, and the position can be as late as 2017 or so. So primarily it's for end use and as investment as well. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for. And the other quick question I have is any other micro markets in North Bangalore which I would be watching out for as an investment in the horizon of 5 to 6 years.
Okay, so North Bangalore, 1 crore budget, which are the locations he should look at?
Well, the two micro markets that we would like to recommend, one of them is Devanahalli and the other one is Hennur Road.
Okay.
I think Hennur Road, if you look at, is this micro market has been witnessing persistent demand from the residential segment on account of its proximity to Manyata Business Park. Also, it's got its proximity to other commercial developments coming on Bellary Road and Outer Ring Road. The Devanahalli micro market has seen many upcoming investments like the Aerospace Park, Science Park, multi-billion-dollar Devanahalli Business Park and 1,000 crore financial city. So these are the two micro markets which will lead to a lot of employment generation, and that's why we think that you should consider these micro markets. The weighted average prices of these micro markets are also pretty reasonable, although Hennur Road is a little higher. It's about 4,500 rupees a square foot, but Devanahalli for the mid segment is 3,650 rupees a square foot. The inventory overhang for both these micro markets are on the safe side. Devanahalli is 17 months and Hennur Road is 22 months. The weighted average price on the micro markets are, if you were to look at, we've discussed that. The price appreciation trends have been 8% and 11% respectively. The logic that we are applying is that we are giving you reputed developers in Devanahalli and Hennur Road, and if you look at Ozone Urbana, this project is trading between 3840 and 4290, and this is located close to the prominent commercial developments on Bellary Road near the Trumpet Road. It's got a huge supply in this, 2500 units, but it's a 158 acre meticulously planned township with schools, hospitals and supermarkets. The construction of the project is ongoing with 2 blocks under construction, and it's about 4 kilometers from the Devanahalli airport and 6 kilometers from the Devanahalli village. Then you have Hiranandani, Calgary by House of Hiranandani. This project is also got a lot of units, 1200 units, so large project. It's a part of the phase 2 and is expected to be completed by December 2016. This is Calgary phase 2 we're talking about. Lastly, we have Nitesh Estates, Nitesh Melbourne Park. This is trading at 5,000 rupees a square foot. It's an expensive project because Nitesh tries to do high-end developments. The project is about 1.7 kilometers from the biozone and other landmark projects. The project comes up with unique low-rise structures with all major amenities.
Okay, so Dheeraj, the locations we recommend for you, Devanahalli and Hennur Road, great scope for employment in these two markets, and you can get a home within these two markets. You can get a home anywhere between 3,500 rupees to 4,500 rupees per square foot. Devanahalli in particular benefits from its proximity to the international airport. Hennur Road, the biggest driver here is its proximity to business parks, the Embassy Tech Park and the Kirloskar Business Park. Projects we recommend for you, Ozone Urbana by Ozone Group. There's Hiranandani Calgary by House of Hiranandani and Nitesh Melbourne Park by Nitesh Estates. Alright, moving on, we have an email by Anand. He writes, we are planning to buy a 2 BHK flat with a budget of 35 to 40 lakhs, particularly interested in Miapur and Chandanagar areas of Hyderabad. Most of our relatives reside here. Can you please suggest us a few projects which are getting ready or before this year end?
Considering your query of a 2 BHK in a budget of 35 to 40 lakhs, we've got 3 good projects for you in Chandanagar and Miapur micro markets. These micro markets are close to your location preference and are also close to major areas like the high-tech city. Since the time frame required is specified, we've recommended you projects that would get almost ready in 3 to 6 months maximum. And the projects have a good strategic location and will offer good returns in the near future. Coming to some key data points, inventory overhang now in Hyderabad is seeming to be very safe, 19 and 22 months below the danger zone for Miapur and Chandanagar. The weighted average price for the mid segment for Miapur is 3,050 rupees a square foot and Chandanagar is 3,300 rupees a square foot. The price appreciation trends in Miapur is 22% and Chandanagar is 26% over the last 2.5 years, translating to a 9 to 10% on an annualized basis. The projects that you can consider are West Metro by Shriya Infrastructure. This is in Chandanagar. This project is actually providing basic amenities, but basic amenities do include a clubhouse, swimming pool, etc. It's a G+4 project, so low-rise project, and 3 blocks are ready for occupation and 2 would be ready by end 2014. ARK Towers Phase 2 by B. Arjun Reddy Constructions in Miapur. This project is available with the developer. It's a high-rise G+10 project in a big land parcel, large number of units in this, 530 odd units ready to move in. It's GHMC approved project, and this project is offering major lifestyle amenities. Lastly, we have Prajapati Elite Phase 3 by Prajapati Group, Miapur. This project is developed in various blocks. The developer is providing standard amenities only because the budget is restricted, and this is also in 3 phases, out of which many units are sold out.
All right, so Anand, look at Miapur and Chandanagar. These two locations are close to major commercial areas, so good location picks on your part. The high-tech city is close to these areas, so that's going to be the big driver. These micro markets are also well known for their established infrastructural facilities and are best for your budget. Projects that we recommend will be ready in the next 3 to 6 months. Look at West Metro by Shriya Infrastructures, ARK Towers Phase 2 by B. Arjun Reddy Constructions, and Prajapati Elite Phase 3 by Prajapati Group. Okay, the BJP-led NDA government plans to launch a revamped version of the UPA government's flagship program, the JNNURM, which was aimed at modernizing and upgrading cities. The big question now that policymakers are asking is, what should the NDA government's program focus on? What are the things the new government should keep in mind while conceptualizing the new scheme? Unitam Ojha has the story.
Almost 9 years later, and after having spent over 1 lakh crore rupees, more than 50% of the projects under JNNURM remained incomplete. JNNURM was one of UPA government's flagship programs aimed at improving the living standards of city dwellers and the urban poor by upgrading urban infrastructure such as housing, transport, water and sanitation.
Metro by itself, with awful sanitation, awful public health, awful solid waste disposal, would hardly make it a great city for the citizens there, nor an attractive city for anyone to come visit, even though the metro may be the finest and the fastest in the world. So you've got to have many things improved together to make the whole city improve together. And so we learned that we would have to change our whole orientation.
Experts though feel the very basis of the mission was flawed and central government failed to implement it properly.
Now there were some problems with this mission, because the government of India was not always able to enforce the conditionality.
Now the NDA government wants to launch the program under a new name with focus on creating 100 new world-class cities. The outlay is expected to be around 1.5 lakh crore rupees. What will the new government's new program have to do differently to achieve what UPA's JNNURM could not? According to an official review note of the UPA government, a few fundamental changes are required in the mission. Urban improvement must not be restricted only to larger cities. Each town must have its own urban plan prepared with the participation of local people. Capacity building of local civic body employees must be a priority. The centre should focus on creating and supporting a country-wide capacity building process. The note mentions a major reason as to why the mission failed, and I quote, "What has not worked is that the ministries are unable or unwilling to follow through with these fundamental changes. The two ministries have their own turf battles. Officers within them change frequently, so there is insufficient understanding of and commitment to fundamental changes." Experts also feel that the new government should review the funding pattern of the program, giving more administrative and financial power to the local civic bodies.
Challenge I feel for implementation of the scheme in the past has been that a lot of the urban bodies, the municipal bodies, the state governments really do not have the people, they do not have the capacity to implement projects and do not have the capacity to even raise funding and just really manage such projects. So before or even while this scheme is being relaunched, carefully, and what needs to be done is how to build that capacity among states, among the local urban bodies.
Of the 733 cities, 65 were picked under the mission. But by the end of it, by March 2014, the government realized that only 50% of the projects were completed. Clearly, the new regime will have to take an entirely different approach to make the mission successful this time round. In New Delhi, Oinita Moja, NDTV.
Time for a short break on the Property Show. We'll be back in a few minutes to talk about the best mid-budget deals in emerging micro markets of Kolkata. And an exclusive inside tour of Gujarat's ambitious Gift City project.